Hello, welcome to Miss Clark Reads to You. Today I'm reading to you a sonnet by James Weldon Johnson. It was written in 1893 and I have taken it off the Common Lit website. The sonnet is mainly about adversity. At the Merriam-Webster dictionary website, adversity is a state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. So I'm going to put you in a make-believe situation with Morrie. I would like for you to make believe that you are an alternate person in Morrie's life other than Mitch. And you sit down on another day, not a Tuesday because that's Mitch's day, maybe a Thursday, and you are talking to Morrie about your own struggles and how you admire the way he has approached struggling with ALS. This is the topic of adversity. Maybe there's one particular thing that you're going through in your life right now, as Charlotte, his wife, trying to grapple with him being gone soon. Or Connie, watching him disintegrate more and more each day. I will read this poem to you, and then we will think about what might be a possible aphorism or philosophy that Morrie would write if this was his favorite sonnet or poem on the topic of adversity. James Weldon Johnson, 1871 to 1938, was an American writer and civil rights activist. Johnson served a vital role in the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. The following poem by Johnson is a sonnet, which consists of 14 rhyming lines. As you read, take note on how the speaker uses imagery in the poem. My heart, be brave, and do not falter so, nor utter more that deep, despairing wail. Thy way is very dark and drear, I know, but do not let thy strength and courage fail. For certain as the raven-winged night is followed by the bright and blushing morn, thy coming morrow will be clear and bright. 'Tis darkest when the night is furthest worn. Look up and out beyond the surrounding clouds, and do not in thine own gross darkness grope. Rise up and cast off thy hindering shrouds. Cling thou to this, and ever-inspiring hope. Though thick the battle, and though fierce the fight, there is a power making for the right. I've been thinking about this sonnet since I read it with my class a couple days ago, and I was thinking about the overall message of how does a human being get through adversity when it seems like the struggle will never end. And it seems like we are in the raven-winged night, the darkest feathered bird. That is a metaphorical description of how dark the moment is when we feel like there is no light up ahead. And the writer tells us it is, the raven-winged night is followed by the bright and blushing morn. And when we are in that moment, I know my own place of adversity in sitting on my couch and feeling sorry for myself over losing somebody or struggling to make ends meet or get an assignment done for a graduate class, it feels like it's never going to end. And the advice that James Weldon Johnson gives to us is we need to look up and out beyond those clouds. Somehow in our mind, in that moment when we feel like it will never end, we've got to elevate ourselves energetically, intellectually. And how do we do that? We stop groping around in the darkness. We stop feeling sorry for ourselves. And then we rise up and we cast off feeling sorry for ourselves. We get the work done. If it's the work, the homework of the class, or it's the paying of the bills, or it's the long hours of practice for a sport. Get up and we do the work. And then the writer says to us, and as we cast off those shrouds, which by definition is a length of cloth, the coverings of the despair, the coverings of the difficult time, we take them off. The writer tells us that we should cling to this instead of the darkness, the inspiring hope. And what is the inspiring hope? And this is the thing I've been really thinking about the last couple days since I read this with my class. What is the inspiring hope? And that colon there answers that for me. It's that the battle is fierce, and so is the fight. But what is the thing that I hold hope in? That there is power making for the right, that I am doing the right thing. I'm doing my homework. I'm getting it done. I'm working it out. That I'm working that extra job to pay those bills or to help pay the bills. That's the right thing to do. And so even though the darkness, the blushing morn has not broken through the clouds yet, I'm doing the things that feel right to get that breakthrough. And so when thinking about how Morrie would perhaps use this as an aphorism, then he would choose a line in there that would say that for him, he could say there is no bright and blushing morning. But there are flickers of the bright and blushing morning. There's the Tuesdays that Mitch shows up. There's the thinking about the beautiful place that his ashes will be lain. That he will think about the idea that his memory and his words will live on in the TV audience members who have listened to him on the Ted Koppel Nightline show. These are those clear and bright moments through Morrie's clouds. And what is the power of the right? The power of the right, I believe, for Morrie, is in being open to talk about this disease and talk about how it feels to have the disease and allow people to see him in the Nightline program struggle to put on his glasses. Allowing people to see him weak, yet mentally agile and strong. This is the power of making for the right. So whatever it is that you're going through that's difficult, you may not see the morrow, the clear and bright morrow coming through the clouds yet. But each and every day as you do the right thing, as Morrie did, you get up and you cry. You allow yourself to have those sad feelings. Then you detach. You take that breath and you cast off the shroud. You let go of the depression, even though it's still in you. And you say, I'm going to find power in doing the right thing today. So ask yourself, the character that you're portraying in your make-believe situation, what is the right thing every day for Charlotte to do? It's to be there for her husband. It's to talk about the memories. It's to make him his shakes, his meals that he can only drink now in this last couple stages of ALS. He's clearly moving into stage 6. It's for Connie. It's the helping him use the bathroom. This is the right thing for her to do. What is it for Rob and John, Morrie's sons, to visit when they can, to listen to their father's wishes and not put off their own lives, but to come once in a while and sit with him and hold his hand? What is the power of the right for your character that you're portraying? What is the power of the right for whatever it is that you're going through? It could be as simple as the alarm clock goes off. Instead of hitting the snooze 3 or 4 times in a row, you get up on that first ringing of the clock and you get ready and you step out the door, and it's in the routine that you find the clouds begin to break through. Or maybe it's the glimmer of hope of the smile of a face of somebody that you'll see when you get off the bus. Or if you're playing a character in Tuesdays with Morrie in your mind, if you're David, Morrie's brother, who suffered from polio, and Morrie was there for you when you were a child, now you get to be there for Morrie. Maybe sit by his side and listen to his words and thank him for being such a great brother. I hope you enjoyed my perspective and my interpretation of the sonnet by James Weldon Johnson, and I wish you the best in finding the power of right for your life at this moment. I look forward to reading to you again, and have a beautiful day.